अ वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग बीसीए स्टूडेंट। सो अब तक हम इतना कवर कर चुके हैं, राइट। हम लोगों को ये पता है फाइल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन क्या होता है, राइट। डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ फाइल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन पता है हमें, राइट। अब हैशिंग क्या होता है? बेसिकली इन दिस मेथड डेटा इज स्टोर्ड एट द डेटा ब्लॉक्स हुज एड्रेस इज जनरेटेड बाय अ हैश फंक्शन। हैश फंक्शन को एक सिंपल कह दो, एक कॉम्प्लेक्स मैथमेटिकल फंक्शन दैट इज यूज्ड टू जनरेट द की वैल्यूज, जहाँ पे हमें डेटा स्टोर करना है, राइट। The memory location where these records are stored is called as data blocks or data bucket. This data bucket is capable of storing one or more records. The hash function can use any of the column value to generate the address. Most of the time, the hash function uses primary key to generate the hash index address of the data block. Hash function can be any mathematical function like mod, sine, cos, exponential, any mathematical complex function, right? Imagine we have a hash function as mod5 to determine the address of the data block. So what happens to the above case? It applies mod5 on the primary keys and generates suppose 3, 3, 1, 4 and 2 respectively, and the records are stored in those data block addresses, right? जो की आएगी उसके अंदर वो data block सेव कर दिया जाएगा, right? For example like this. दिस इज द एग्जाम्पल कि जब हमने उसको मॉड किया, राइट, हमने 98 को मॉड किया 5 से, राइट, जो आंसर आया, राइट, जो आंसर आया दैट मीन सपोज आंसर आया 3, मॉड करो 5 से, आंसर आएगा 3, राइट। तो हमने डेटा ब्लॉक सेव कर लिया। अब नेक्स्ट डेटा ब्लॉक सेव करना है तो हम लिंक लिस्ट की फॉर्म में इसको सेव करते जाएंगे, राइट। क्लियर? There are two types of hash file organization, static and dynamic. Static means there is no change, dynamic changes, right? Word itself says, in this method of hashing, the resultant data bucket address will always be same. There will not be any changes to the bucket address here. Here, number of data buckets in the memory for this static hashing remains constant throughout. In our example, we have 5 data buckets in the memory used to store the data. Just see 5 डेटा बकेट्स हैं, तो स्टोर करना है डेटा, तो एक्चुअल डेटा स्टैटिक रहेगा, राइट। देयर विल बी नो चेंज. So in searching, we have to search a record, right? Using a hash function, data bucket address is generated for the hash key. The record is then retrieved from that location. If we want to retrieve, see, अगर 104 है, एक एग्जाम्पल में 104 is the ID. अब इसको mod 5 करेंगे, right? We'll get 4. अब 4 will be the address जहां से हमें पूरा 105 का डेटा whole record for ID 104 will be retrieved, right? If we want to insert a record, when a new record needs to be inserted into a table, we will generate an address for the new record based on its hash key. Once the address is generated, the record is stored in that location. Deleting a record using the hash function, we will first fetch the record which is supposed to be deleted. Then we will remove the records for that address in the memory. If you want to update a record, data record marked for update will be searched using a static hash function. As soon as we'll get the hash function where the record key is generated, the address at which the record key will be updated. Disadvantages: suppose we have to insert some records into a file, but the data bucket address generated by the hash function is full, or the data already exists in that address. How do we insert that data? At that system, that is the concept of collision, right? That is the concept of collision or bucket overflow. This is one of the critical situation or the drawback in this method, right? So we cannot lose the data. There are various methods to overcome this situation. So to overcome this situation, we'll use collision techniques. We'll discuss after dynamic hashing. Dynamic hashing, this hashing condition is used to overcome the problem of static hashing or bucket overflow. In this method of hashing, data buckets grows or shrinks as records increases or decreases. This method of hashing is also known as extendable hashing method. Consider there are 3 records R1, R2 and R4 are in the table. These records generate addresses like this respectively. This method of storing considers only the part of their addresses, especially only first one bit to store the data. So it tries to load 3 of them at the address 0 or 1. Right? Dekho 0, 1, 0, 1. Right? With the hash function we have stored the data. Right? What will happen to R3 here? There is no bucket space for R3. The bucket has to grow dynamically to accommodate R3. So it changes the address have 2 bits rather than 1 bit. अब 0 1 की जगह combination हो जाएगा 2 bits का, and then it updates the existing data to have a 2 bit address, and then it tries to update R3 like this. See, 0 0 0 1 1 0 1. Now we can see that the address R1 and R2 are changed to reflect the new addresses, and R3 is also inserted. As the size of the data increases, it tries to insert in the existing buckets. If no buckets are available, the number of bits is increased to consider large addresses and hence increasing the buckets. If we delete any record and the data can be stored with lesser buckets, it shrinks the bucket size. It does the opposite of what we have seen above. This is how a dynamic hashing works. Initially, only partial index address is generated by the hash function is considered to store the data. As the number of data increases, there is no need for more bucket. Larger part of the index is considered to store the data. Advantages of dynamic hashing: performance does not come down as the data grows in the system. It simply increases the memory size to accommodate the data. Since it grows and shrinks with data, memory is well utilized. There will not be unused memory lying. Good for dynamic databases where data grow and shrinks frequently. There are certain disadvantages of also dynamic hashing. As the data size increases, the bucket size is also increased. This addresses will be maintained in bucket address table. This is because the address of the data will keep changing as the buckets grow and shrink. When there is a huge increase in data, maintaining this bucket address table becomes tedious. Bucket overflow situation will occur in some cases too, but it might take a little bit similar situation to static hashing. Right? So collision occurs when, collision क्या होता है? Collision occurs होता है जब दो की वैल्यूज में कोई फंक्शन लगाऊं और दोनों का आंसर 4 या 5 या 6 आ जाए, राइट? तब collision occur हो सकता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, hash table size is 11, key mod hash table size, so the new positions in the hash tables are like this. अब 2 का फंक्शन 7 आ रहा है, राइट? 2 की पोजीशन 7 आ रही है. दिस इज द टाइम दैट collisions occur. Another problem in a phone book record, see, आपका 2 में collision आ गया, राइट? तब आप क्या करेंगे, राइट? So these collisions can be avoided by 2 strategies: chaining or closed hashing, open addressing और open hash. चेनिंग और चेनिंग तो कुछ नहीं होता, राइट? हम जैसे स्टोर कर रहे थे तो उसके नेक्स्ट ब्लॉक में सेव कर देंगे और उसके एड्रेस में नेक्स्ट वाले का एड्रेस स्टोर कर लेंगे. लाइक इसके यहाँ पे 2 चीजें सेव्ड हैं. एक पॉइंट करिए फर्स्ट ब्लॉक को और फर्स्ट ब्लॉक जो पॉइंट कर रहा होगा वो सेकंड ब्लॉक को प्रॉप कर रहा होगा. दिस इज द चेनिंग अप्रोच, राइट? सो advantages: linked list could get long. Longer linked list could negatively impact the performance. More memory because of pointers. All n elements in one linked list can be possible कि सबका mod एक ही आ जाए और सारे elements एक ही linked list के part में आ जाए, right? Open addressing. Open addressing, when the collision is encountered, the next key is inserted in the empty slot of a table, right? Probing method is used to find the empty slots. तो उसके बाद क्या होगा? empty slot search होंगे और जो empty slot available होगा उसके ऊपर डेटा को सेव कर दिया जाएगा, right? So there are different methods of probing: linear probing, quadratic probing और double hashing. Linear probing क्या होता है? Suppose a key hashes into a position that has been already occupied. The simplest strategy is to look for the next available position to place the item. Suppose we have set a hash codes consisting of this and we need to place them into a table of 10, right? अब इसको टेबल में प्लेस करना है, राइट? अब जो नेक्स्ट पॉसिबल सिचुएशन है, राइट, जैसे अब इसको प्लेस करना है तो नेक्स्ट पॉसिबल सिचुएशन ये है, राइट, तो वहां पे प्लेस कर दो। उसके बाद नेक्स्ट पॉसिबल सिचुएशन ये है, ये यहाँ पे प्लेस, पहले 89 प्लेस हुआ, देखो 9 ही थी, देन 8, ठीक है, यहाँ पे प्लेस हो गया। अब नेक्स्ट फिर से 9 आ गया, तो नेक्स्ट पॉसिबल सिचुएशन क्या है, ये, राइट, फिर 8 आ गया, अब 8 पे ऑलरेडी है तो ये भी नहीं हो सकता, नेक्स्ट पॉसिबल सिचुएशन क्या है, ये, राइट, दैट 58 इज नेक्स्ट पॉसिबल सिचुएशन क्या है, ये। दिस इज कॉल्ड लीनियर प्रोबिंग। जहां पे भी लीनियर प्रोबिंग का मतलब है जहां पे भी एम्प्टी स्पेस नेक्स्ट मिलेगा, विल फिल दैट स्पेस। This is a brief description of the example. Like the first collision occurs when 49 hashes to the same location with the index 9. Since 89 occupies the A9, we'll need to place 49 to the next available position. The next available position is 0. That is 9 plus 1 mod 10. So we have got 0. Now if we need to find the element for example 49, we first compute hash code of 9 and look at A9. Since we do not find it, where we look for next, we'll find that there is no, we are done. So what we are looking for 79, again we'll repeat the same thing and we'll do plus 1, right? Quadratic programming. Another linear probing is a simple process where it is easy to compute the next available location, right? Linear probing also leads to some clustering when keys are computed to closer values. Therefore, we need to define a new process of quadratic probing that provides a better distribution of keys when a collision occurs. In quadratic probing, if the hash value is k, then the next location is computed using the sequence k plus 1, k plus 4, k plus 9, like this. Quadratic work करेंगे. The following table shows collision resolution using quadratic probing. See, quadratic probing से हमने change कर दी locations, right? Double hashing uses the idea of applying a second hash function to the key when a collision occurs. Second hash function is hash2 key, right? Where r is the prime number that is smaller than the size of the table. The second hash function tells the number of precision from the point of collision to insert, right? अब ये देखो हमने ये किया, right? अब देखो second insert 8 यहाँ पे किया, right? Next ये insert 2 ये, right? So this is the concept of double hashing, right? This is the concept of double hashing. Advantages है no need for list structure, no need to allocate or deallocate during insertion and deletion, right? Disadvantages slower insertion process, table needs to be bigger to achieve average case constant टाइम परफॉर्मेंस. तो डबल हैशिंग की प्रॉब्लम ये है कि टाइम परफॉर्मेंस अगर हमें चाहिए तो वी हैव टू हैव अ डबल table size should be much bigger, right? That's all for the hashing side. So you can just go through the hashing file organization. We'll understand this in class also in detail. Thank you and have a nice day.